You know, there are shows that mean well, and then there are shows that don't mean anything at all. The one I'm about to show means well, but goes about it in an atypical and eccentric sort of way. Spice and Wolf. The genre typing. This one is a novel, fantasy, adventure, open world, mercantile and economically focused relationship anime that does some things and doesn't do others. There are complex motifs and an overall justified premise, but the route taken to get to where this show leads is long, and not one meant for everyone to walk. My viewpoint when watching begins with an opener that sets the mood and is a literal, low-key banger. Is obviously dated, and if you don't appreciate early 2000s style, like I don't, it could be a hurdle. Off the bat looks artful, but it also has a certain silliness to it. They are using a cat girl, but with meaningful messages behind it type deal. It's always a good sign when they start the first scene with an anecdote to convey some philosophical points. Holy shit, the MC's voice actor is Zenitsu, but 10 years before Demon Slayer. I worry this show is going to be boring as hell. They just brought up religion, 5 minutes in. Long, meaningless sigh. So after watching a bit, I'm torn. My attention was waning until Wolf Girl showed up, and it does have a bit of nuance, and it feels right, but it's so dull. It's almost like church, in the sense that there are good reasons behind it, but the execution is just boring as hell. I think it may be too slow for me. The voice acting hits the mark, and I don't know who Wolf's voice actor is, or who else they've played, but she is a treasure. Some key timings just don't work, and it's overall a bit imprecise. The story makes sense, but I don't think this resonates with me. To each their own. I didn't hate it, but there were just too many reasons for me to not love it. Backburner type show. Greatest high points. Is artful as hell. There are homey and chill vibes. Significant underlying meaning. Is irregular, and has singular orientation, meaning it's built diff. Worst qualms. It's boring. Is asking to be misunderstood. Is old, in both styling and execution. Brings up religion, no thanks. Persuasion. Well, not every show needs to be watched. This is simply a fact, but if you are all for the romantic duo, long adventure, merchant perspective, traveling the road in an old fantasy world, then this one probably tickles your fancy. It's done right, and is not lacking in much, it is simply not a cup of tea I enjoy. It's lethargic, imprecise, and predictable as hell, but it has value. Even I can see that, past all my personal beliefs, it is a show that deserves its existence. So, if you think you'd like the concept, go for it, eat that shit up, I'll support you. If not, just move on to the next one. Do whatever you want. Rank and rating. I have a list comprised of all the anime I've seen, a lot, and they are ordered in general tiers, SSS, down to F. Each tier has an upper, mid, and lower ranking. Spice and Wolf is a lower rank, in the B class. Overall rating, 70 out of 100. Trauma rating, 15 out of 100. Warmth rating, 52 out of 100. Where to watch? This is available to watch on Crunchyroll. End of review. You're a cracked human being if you made it this far, thanks for that, and send me any suggestions of either something to watch and review, or if I have already seen it, I'll tell you what my thoughts were. Like I said before, they can't all be bangers. This show hits a niche that is borderline acceptable for most, but under its cat girl veneer, could have a deep and meaningful story. In my case, I have better places to focus my attention. I have seen a lot, and I know that no matter how crazy this story may get, it will not expand my limits as a viewer. Plain and simple. I will post again in a week, so see ya then.